Hello, my name's Linda and this is my kitchen garden. Today I want to talk to you about companion planting. Now this is a technique used by gardeners. For a long time my granddad used to use it, so my granddad's been gone a long time, so it's something that's been going on for quite a while. Now companion planting is where you plant your vegetables mixed in with other vegetables. These are to deter pests, to help the soil. They marry well together. There's some that can and some that can't be planted together. So you need to do a bit of research first. You can't just bung anything in with them. But the most gentle plants that help with aphids and cabbage white butterfly and things like that are usually the gentle plants that are not going to hurt the crops that are in. So for example, I'm growing nasturtiums. Nasturtiums, there's quite a few flowers that are good for planting with other crops. So nasturtiums, I love them. I plant them every year. Now you can eat nasturtiums as well. You can add the flowers to a salad to make it all pretty. You can eat the leaves, the stems, you can eat everything on the nasturtiums. They taste quite peppery. So if you don't like peppery like rocket, then you won't like them. But they're a great plant, a great flower for aphids. So they attract lots and lots of aphids. You get them on the back of the leaves and they will take those aphids off your other plants. So they're a great plant to put around your garden, just dotted around your garden. They're a great pollinator. They attract the bees and all the pollinators. And they also attract aphids, which is like the worst thing for attacking your plants, especially like chilies and peppers and stuff like that, tomatoes. So they're like what they're called, a sacrificial flower, a sacrificial plant, and they go on your, they can be dotted all about your garden. Also, there's marigolds. They're a good one too. Marigolds, even though they're so beautiful, slugs absolutely love them, snails love them, and they tend to go for them before they go for your other plants. So your other vegetables may be saved from the slugs if you've got plenty of marigolds around. So I've planted my marigolds out, but we've not got many slugs at the moment. And I'm hoping they get a bit more established because they seem to, I think I've planted them out too early. It's a bit cold. So they're not growing as quick as they should be. But that's probably my fault because I've planted them out a bit too early and it's a bit too cold. We got a bit excited this month, didn't we? Because it was so warm. Other flowers like calendula, they're a good one. And onions and garlic and leeks, that they let off a smell that, especially if you plant them around carrots, because they don't like, the carrot root fly doesn't like the smell of onions, and so the stronger the smell, the less chance the little bugs will get to them, because the little bugs don't really like the smell of onions unless they're actually the leaf miner, the onion leaf miner, and they love them. But that's a different story. So what I'm going to do this year is I've only got a small patch where I'm planting in the ground, and that's going to be where my cauliflowers are. my cauliflower bed. I've got cauliflowers in there, and I've got Calabrese broccoli. I've got red kohlrabi, and I have got calyx in there. And in between those, I'm going to plant my leeks. Now, my leeks are coming on lovely. And I've noticed there's a pak choi in there as well, so I'll save that as well. But they're coming on ever so nice, and they're starting to come through the bottom. Now, I don't want them to get too root bally, but I'd like them to get a little bit thicker than that. And then I'm going to put them in the ground, dotted in between my cauliflowers into that brassica bed there that's covered. And they'll be covered, so they'll be saved from the leaf miner. Obviously, I've got such a small space because my garden is 30 square metres. That's it. It's 6 metres wide by 5 metres long, so that's it. So I haven't got a lot of space. So every single inch of my garden is premium land. Obviously, when I get my allotment, when I find out what's going on with that, then I can start planting vegetables there again, and it'll be a different story. But for this year, I've got to plan every single inch and try and get as much as I can. So companion planting is going to be the key for me this year, so that I get healthy crops and they're not attacked too much by the pests. Also, having organic, fertile soil is really important, because if you're planting your plants in just anywhere in random places that's not had any organic matter put in, or any added compost or added nutrients to that soil, they're not going to do very well. So you need to make sure, especially if you're just starting out growing vegetables, that you put some good rich nutrients in. So whether that's chicken pellets, or you can get farmyard manure bagged, so you don't have to don't put fresh manure in, because that needs to be well rotted. So I always buy mine bagged just to be sure. And then you can get stuff like the fish blood and bone, or you can get bone meal. So any nutrients that you can add to the soil before you start planting is an absolute must. It's essential to get big, healthy plants, or else you're not going to do very well on your first year. So you need to keep putting in those nutrients, and it does cost money to get going. But once you've done it, you'll be away and you'll be okay. I'm also going to plant today some spinach, because I'm running out, and some rocket. I've got some wild rocket. I'm going to plant them, and I'm going to get my sunflowers in, because I've not done those yet. So also talking about companion planting with tomatoes, a great one for those is basil, because it's got a very strong smell. So anything that does come into contact, that aphids love basil, but so do I. So I don't really want aphids on my basil. So I tend to go with marigolds around my tomatoes, and nasturtiums, because they're the ones that, in my experience, the ones that attracts the most aphids to save your tomato plants and cucumbers and stuff like that, and your salad crops, are nasturtiums. Nasturtiums are just absolutely amazing. So I would highly, highly recommend that you get those sown. Get some nasturtiums in. They need to go in. Also, sweet peas. They're a good one too. Although I've never had aphids on my sweet peas or anything like that, but apparently they are good. But my aphids, my sweet peas attract absolutely hundreds of pollinators, so that's why I plant sweet peas. So I'm going to plant some more of those today. These are Elaine's off Allotment Joy. I'm also going to be potting on some plants. So these are white Burbank. I need to be sowing, I'll go and get them actually, because I need to be sowing my purple sprouting broccoli for winter. I'm now thinking about winter crops already, and I've not even got my summer ones out yet. But I've got white Burbank, which is like a little, like it's like purple sprouting broccoli, and with the whites are the like little cauliflower florets. And I've got some Cavolo Nero, so I'm going to pop those on today. I've got some red salad, some lettuce there, red salad. So I'm going to prick those out and pop those on. And then where my broad beans are, that's going to be a brassica bed when they finish. But obviously they're not going to be finished till June. So I'm going to have to keep potting these on. So these are my Calibos Red and Red Drummond cabbages. So I'm going to pot those on into bigger pots as well today and get those sorted. And I've also sown some more carrots. So my succession sowing. So I've got one lot of carrots that are quite established, that are getting big now. And then I've got some little carrots that have come through. They're my purple carrots and Chantenay. I've mixed them up a bit, but they'll come up. They've appeared now. And then I've just planted some rainbow carrots. So they'll all appear. Not yet though. I've only just put them in. So I've got a bit of a succession sowing going on there with my carrots in my polystyrene boxes. And I've also planted up my other vertical planter. So I'll show you that. I'll show you that now. So I've done that differently. It's not got herbs in. So that's totally different. So at the bottom, I've put in green kohlrabi there. I've got a cauliflower in there. I'm just testing it really. Celery. I've put some celery in. That's celery there. And then I've got pak choy there. That's a Tuscany. That's a kale. I've got another kale somewhere else. So I'm just having a mess with it and see what I can grow. And then I've put some spring onions in at the top, and then I've sprinkled a load of spring onion seeds as well to see if I can get them going. Now, if you want one of these planters, because I've had a few ask me where they get them from, they're off Amazon. So I'll pop the link underneath, and you can get them. They're $14.99. So I'll pop the link underneath in the description. And they're absolutely brilliant. They are. I absolutely love them. So my herb one's doing brilliantly. I've put this in here because I've put brassicas. So I'll leave this in the greenhouse, because obviously I don't want too many pests on these, and I'll see how it goes. But the one, if you can see, the one outside is doing absolutely fantastic, and the herbs are coming on brilliantly in it.
So let's get potting on.
Well, that's it for this one. So you take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Bye.